Welcome to F1_blogs. Hello and welcome to F1_blogs, your go-to channel for all things Formula 1. Today, we're diving into the intense incident from the Austin Grand Prix that has the racing world buzzing. Rivalries are at an all-time high this season, with Max Verstappen and Lando Norris in a tight battle that's shaking up the leaderboard. While Max holds on to his lead, he doesn't have the dominant car he once did, and McLaren, led by Lando, is catching up fast. After the summer break, Lando came back to the track with his sights set on closing the gap between him and Max, but things took a turn in Austin, with that gap widening after a highly debated penalty that saw both cars going off track. To add more fuel to the fire, F1 veteran Lewis Hamilton has stepped into the conversation, offering his perspective. Hamilton, who spent several seasons battling Verstappen himself, has experience dealing with Max's aggressive racing style and understands what it's like to be under that kind of pressure. Hamilton made a powerful statement about the incident in Austin, pointing out a recurring issue he sees with some drivers' tactics. "I've experienced this many times with Max. You shouldn't be able to throw the car inside, go wide, and still hold the position. There's always been a gray area, which is why Max has sometimes managed to pull it off." Hamilton's words highlight a pattern he believes has allowed certain moves to go unpunished, which can sometimes turn clean racing into high-stakes gambles for position. Hamilton's remarks take us back to some memorable clashes, especially his 2021 battle with Verstappen, where both drivers were pushing hard for the championship. He recalled how similar maneuvers played out back then, especially in Brazil, where he was forced off track to avoid a collision. According to him, in the braking zone, you're ahead, but then the other driver brakes beyond the limit, doesn't make the turn, and you have no choice but to go wide. This kind of aggressive driving isn't new in F1, but it's become increasingly controversial as these high-stakes battles become more frequent. Hamilton isn't the only one calling for change. Many drivers are frustrated by inconsistencies in how penalties are applied, and the Austin incident was no exception. While some support the penalty Norris received, others argue that it was unnecessary, pointing out similar incidents that were either ignored or handled differently. This has raised questions about how penalties are determined and whether the current system is fair. Hamilton made a strong case for tightening the rules and bringing more consistency to race penalties, which he believes would make the sport fairer and more predictable for drivers and fans alike. He pointed to other sports with dedicated referees who ensure that calls are consistent and fair. "If you look at other global sports, they have full-time referees. I'm sure that wouldn't be a bad thing for our sport," he commented. This idea isn't new, but Hamilton's influence and experience give his words added weight, especially when he's speaking about an issue that so many drivers seem to agree on. It also raises the question, should F1 adopt a similar approach to guarantee fairer rulings? The debate is clearly more than just about Austin, it touches on larger issues of how F1 should handle competition in an era of incredibly tight battles. Verstappen and Norris's rivalry symbolizes a shift in the sport, where young drivers are challenging the dominance of more experienced ones. But the ongoing question of how these battles are regulated could shape the future of F1, impacting everything from driver strategy to fan engagement. Should drivers have more freedom to fight aggressively for positions, or is it time for the FIA to draw clearer lines to prevent controversial calls? We want to hear what you think. Is F1 in need of stricter regulations to improve fairness, or does aggressive racing add to the thrill of the sport? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you're enjoying our in-depth F1 discussions here at F1_blogs, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest videos. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the latest news, insights, and debates from the world of Formula 1. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.